Morning everybody, Sunday Q&A, this time being recorded on a Sunday. Right, I'll give you a quick, before we start, I'm going to give you a quick peek behind the velvet curtain because I want to do this thing about fuel cards because, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a video about fuel card prices. I'm going to do it separately. The original plan, when I get this up and running properly, if it works, I'm going to do the fuel card video on a Saturday and I will do this video on a Sunday. What I normally do is I record the videos on the Saturday and then that means I can upload this one early Sunday morning. Otherwise, if I do it now, and it takes forever to upload, and I don't know why, and I don't understand technology. But I couldn't do it yesterday because I was on the Argos. But anyway, it all become clear. So we're going to do the Sunday Q&A first, and then afterwards, I'm going to do a fuel card video and I'm going to upload that one as well. But in future, it's going to be one on each day because I don't want to put too many out there because it's just, there's better things to watch than me. All right, firstly, we'll start with a shout out. C&P Transport Services in Wrexham, LL14, if you need them. Ask me to give them a shout out. Of course, I'm all happy to spread the love. On the fuel card thing, yeah, Danny Boy said he stopped using his fuel card because, and I understand this, when I started off, he said, it's that not knowing. And it's kind of a bit like, I always thought, well, I'll get a fuel card and they'll take the money off at the end of the month. And what I'll do is I'll use the fuel card and say, I'm going to put the money to one side and then I won't. And then the end of the month will come and I'll go, oh Christ, I've got to find the money for the fuel bill. So he says he prefers using a debit card. There is a way, and then going back from the video, and I might, if I can remember, put a link up kind of there. I might, if I get around, again, I've got to do this technology thing. That you can, if you're going to get paid in like a day or two's time, that you can use the card and then it goes out of your account another day. So yeah, I'll scroll back through the videos. There's one down there. Also, Misa Sasha said, when you're talking about fuel, you're thinking about getting a fuel card. Something I'm going to look into. Like I say, that'll all come in a fuel card video after this. But now, Sunday Q&A, which has mainly been multi-drop, which seems to be the new black, doesn't it, really? We're all on multi-drops at the moment. So Mercedes 63, who I'm not sure if he's not keen on me or not keen on the CX, either way. He says, you're the dumbest driver ever. He says, you're doing what the CX wants you to do. Just working for no money. But then the very next comment came from Philip Egerton, and he says, it might be Eagleton, sorry, mate. Multi-drop is lunacy. He said he was working for Amazon, he was doing 170 drops a day. Well, yeah, this is the thing, isn't it, really? So, but we were going to come on to all of this, and he also says, Grant Melton says, nothing good about multi-drop. And he says, you look shattered. I always look shattered. It's been a tough life. 20 years out of the market being weathered by storms will do that to you. That's and a load of stress. At the end of the day, it's only money. Gareth Vickers turns around. It's a prime example here. He says, single drop or light haulage for me all day long. He says, but in these strange times, you take what you can. He says, he's currently very grateful for his yodel. His yodel is 120 to 125 drops a day. Looking forward to get back on the CX when all this stops. You see, I do the Argos. It kind of puts me as a bit of a non-starter. But but in comparison, the Parcel Force one, that was 60 drops. What if you went into Amazon and you said, I've got 60 drops? They say to you, you've got 60 drops today. You'd be having a laugh, wouldn't you? But then I do wonder, because I'm wondering how you can get 120. So, some of these guys, crazy amount of drops. And I'm wondering how you can actually get them all off in one day, unless, of course, they really must be on top of each other, 4 in the same street. I was getting a street, then a street 2 minutes away, then a street 5 minutes away, then a street 4 minutes away. Then you do a load of them, then you'll get 30 minutes to drop one off and then 20 minutes back again. It would have to be bing, 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 bing. Otherwise, you physically couldn't do it. I was loaded by 10:30 and I finished at 6:30. And I went as fast as I could. And, they say things like, you should be at this drop at this time. No, you ain't. This is a time for recommended break. Yeah, right. Anyhow, enough about me with that one. On the subject of multi-drops, RK says, high volume multi-drop is for stress junkies. Yes, he's probably right. And he said, there's no excuse for selling the job on at 60 drops. The problem with that is they sold it to me, I bought the job, they sold it to me at 30 to 40 drops. When I got there, they gave me 60. But they also asked me to quote a day rate. And they also said, well, we just finish as many as you can finish. So can I go, well, yeah, no, I quoted you a day rate, but I quoted you a day rate based on 30 to 40 drops. It was kind of, it's one of those things. It's a learn from experience thing. I know the next time that job pings up, what I've got to say, and what I could say, and what I probably would say is go, right, okay, that's my figure. It's based on 30 to 40 drops. If it's any more than 40 drops, I'll do them. It's going to cost you £5 a drop. And just double check that and you watch them go, oh, no, I don't think so. Or just quote them more money. Because it says 30 to 40 drops. It's a bit like there's regular jobs that always ping up, and they ping up in the afternoon. They're going from Slough, they're going from UB7, they're going from Southall, they go from Hatfield, and they're going to Hemel Hempstead. I know they're going to Hermes. I know it's going to take me an hour to offload. I factor that into the price. And, sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. But once you know the job, you just think, right, okay, I learn from experience. You catch me once, so, but we'll see. So you have to keep going with it. If anything else, at least it made the Argos feel better. Steve Bradley says, we've all been there. He says, with the postcodes, it's really annoying. Yes, trying to follow postcodes can be painful. And yes, sorry, my friend. Anyway, going back to it, right, what we got here. Now, there's people that don't mind a multi-drop. Tunnel Runner says, if you can get on a regular multi-drop where you get to know the place and you get to know you get to know your route, you get to know where you're going. He said, after a while, it can be decent work and good money. He said, but the thing is, it takes months or years to get there. John Ramsey says the same. He says, once you get to know your route and once you get to know where you're going, it's all right. But it's just getting to that point. You can guarantee by the time you get to that point, they'll change it. Addy Alex says, what's he talking about? Hang on a second. Sorry, mate, I've written this down. What is it? Oh, yes, about the house numbers. People who don't write the number of their house on the front of the house. You know what it is also? You've got hold on a second. Soppy cat making noises. He wants to go out. He says, you get the house numbers and you've got like a 1930s house, it's got a nice front garden, and then they've got a number on their house which is that big and it's next to the front door. Particularly when it's in the dark, you go around with a torch and then you get the nice people that have got like a massive number above the door. You're like, okay, right, that's 70, so chances are that's 68. And you try and work your way back. Never works. Well, it does sometimes. But yes, pain. And if I'm honest, lads, I ain't got one on the front of mine. Because her indoors doesn't want one because she thinks it looks ugly. What can I say? It drives me mad, but domestic bliss. What else we got here? MG Couriers. Yes, this is interesting. MG Couriers says there's an app out there apparently called Dorset Explorer, www.dorsetexplorer.co.uk. And you get the ones where there are villages that have got like names like Winslow House or Willowbrake Cottage. Apparently that one works really well for finding them. If anybody wants to try it and test it, please do. I will if I get time, but like I say, I'm only on the multi-drop at the moment, one day in 4, and I'm kind of thinking, I don't even know if it's going to carry on. If I get a chance, I'll have a go. Thanks for the recommendation anyway, mate. And if you guys have a go, I'll have a go if I can, and we'll see if that pans out. Just a little shout out to the Amazon drivers here. Huntington Dan, who used to do 140 drops a day. And Jonathan Pierce, who is currently doing 130 to 230 drops a day. Well, in conclusion, right, there's no prizes. Now, when I was in Parcel Force, we were sitting there and there was all the drivers that sit together, and there was like the other drivers that do it regularly. I said, you got any hints and tips going to help us through this, mate? And he said, there's an old fella who worked here. He said, worked here for 15 years. And he said, the truth of the matter is, don't drive yourself mad with it. He says, you've only got one back. He says, you do as many as you can, and when you can't do them, go back. Now, the thing is, when I've rung the firm, they said, just go back at 6. And I didn't, because I thought, is that stop delivering at 6 or get back to the depot at 6? And at 6 o'clock, I had 3 left to do. And stupidly, I take some pride in my job, and I wanted to get these parcels out because people need the stuff. So I thought, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hammer through it. I'm just going to, just sort of wipe my mouth, walk away, learn from experience. And when I got back, I'll give the guy the paperwork. And I said I had 3 fails. There were 3 I couldn't deliver. One of them, because they were just shut. You can't drop with the neighbour. There were no neighbours. And he said, no, that's not a fail. He said, a fail is where you didn't even attempt it. And I thought, what I should have done is I should have done as much as I could within the time that they paid me for, and then gone back because I've given her a load of work for free. But some people got some parcels out there. The bottom line is this: I've done that, and then the next day I went in. Oh gosh, yesterday. And I've done me too. You do the cages, you drop the cages off to the stores. Then you go back, because we've got the tails with the Lutons. They've all got like long wheelbases, so it's dead handy, and they love us because you just wheel the cages in and like, I don't have to decant all the stuff and restack it. And then I went back and they give me 39 drops. And one of the Argos drivers, the lady in there who works for them all the time, and I had mountains. One drop had 15 items, and it was tellies and kids' slides. And she turned around to me and she said, if they gave me the run that you've had today, I would have burst into tears. And I want to go, thanks for that, love. That's really good to hear. But the truth of the matter is, I've done them all, 39 drops, which after doing 60 the day before was a piece of cake. And then went back, and then the geezer turns around and he says, which way are you going home? And I went, I'm going sort of, because it's Steve-O, I'm going, so I'll probably go through Hitchin, I'll go Luton, Dunstable, that way. And he says, you couldn't drop a cage off at the Hitchin store for me, could you? I went, yeah, sure, all right, okay. I said, could you do one at Letchworth as well? How is that on my way home? But because they're drivers, he said, I can't get it on my van. And I went, well, it's going to help him out then, isn't it? So I went, yeah, go on, stick it on. I was still done by 20 to 3. Started at 6 in the morning, done at 20 to 3. We're getting 180. I know some people are getting more, actually. But it works out 20 quid now. And because it works out, like one weekend I'll be on a Saturday, one weekend on a Sunday, one weekend I'm off, it's kind of extra money because I don't normally run Saturdays and Sundays. And at this time, I'm grateful for anything I can get. My final conclusion out of anything is if you do multi-drops, there are multi-drops and multi-drops. Picking up 4 drops from the same place, lovely. 10 drops, not a problem if you get paid for it. 170, really? You've got to weigh up how many you're doing, how long it's taking you, and how much you're getting. But in these current times, needs must when the devil drives. Right, what else we got? We've got a bit of miscellaneous here. He said, Harry's house. He said, mate, he's thinking of joining the CX. He says, maybe a silly question. Do they have jobs for freezer vans? Yes, they do. They're not as many. You also get jobs for something called ADR, which is transporting chemicals, which you need a certificate for, and I haven't got a certificate. So, but yeah, they do come on there, and the chances are they're not. I'd say maybe 1 in 20. And at the moment, not so many, but when they do ping up, if you've got a freezer van, you get a lot more money for it because there's not that many freezer vans on the CX either. So it's that thing. You might not be in a not busy area, but at the same time, you might there might not be that many vans. So if a job pings up, you get it. James Rowan says, do you think many people have dropped off the CX due to lack of work? Mate, I don't know. I'm an all the time. Like, how many people aren't working? How many people have turned it in? I think there was about 3,800 running at the start, and there's about 1,800 running right now. But some of them guys might just be guys sitting at home because they're self-isolating. They're going to start as soon as it comes over again. Some of them might have decided to turn it in because it's quiet, but then that's not to say when it gets busy, more people join up. I don't know. All I know is at the moment I'm still surviving, and I am grateful. We all say that. I talked to the postman and I talked to all the other delivery drivers. One guy was dropping off he was Amazon dropping off the same house as him. And I says, you got many on? He says, oh yeah, about 170. I thought, I'm not going to tell you what I've got on mine. That was the Argos 39. I said, what time do you get finished? He said, 5 o'clock, theoretically. Okay, mate, good luck. Yeah, don't know, mate. Just take each day as it comes on that one. Tom Winter asked, what's my average weekly mileage? Oh, mate, it can be anything. On one week, I might end up going to Scotland, and then I might get up going to Newcastle. The next week, I might have just lots of little drops around town. There is no rhyme or reason to it. So, don't know on that score. It varies every week. I think you could probably say you're going to do about, 2,000 miles a week when it was proper running. Right now, probably less, but really, really don't know. So, there we go. Let's put that there, sorry. That's my phone doing silly things. Right, nice gone. Chris C is thinking of starting on the CX. Right, ask a couple of questions. He said, do you think I could get a start-up loan telling them that I want to join the CX? I don't know. But you can get all kinds of loans for all kinds of things. You can tell them you want to buy a new car, they give you a loan. You could tell them you want a new kitchen, they give you a loan. You could tell them you want to go on holiday, they wouldn't believe you. But I mean, I wonder what I would write down. I think I'd write down whatever I needed to write down to get myself up and running. Or you can just be honest and see what happens. Don't know. And the other thing, he says, do you need to be a limited company, a registered limited company, or can you join as a sole trader? Well, I'm still a sole trader. We're going to go limited after all of this is over because it limits the risk factor and all this kind of stuff. But there's been so much to do, so much to learn, so much to get on. So, yeah, don't know on that score. So... But no, you don't have to. You can be a sole trader. Just ring them up, or you can follow the link to the website, which may be there. Or if not, I'm going to try and do one of them end card things. I'm going to try and do one of them end card things. I'm going to try. I think you've got to leave 20 seconds on the end of the video, so I've got to put my head somewhere where it can't be seen. But just finally, because we're rambling on as usual, a couple of videos not related. Katie Jo Artsy says she enjoyed the Cockney video. I did a video when I was on the market of how to talk money. Yeah, and she said, if I can sort the links out, otherwise I'm just holding my finger up for no reason. She'd like to see more, but she said, I've seen lots of Cockney videos, that's the only one that actually... The truth of the matter is, the Cockney thing is not really a thing anymore. It's kind of a Mary Poppins thing. But there is a way that we all talk, and everybody's different out there. And, we all kind of just had our own language. And it's just something we all said. And if you tried to fake it, you would stand there instantly and you would look stupid. So, but if you want to quit, just add W's into things. It's not Chelsea, it's Chelsea, and it's not council, it's cancel. We've got a problem with the cancel. The cancel's causing us a problem. But on the whole, I'm not a market transport. I'm not Cockney. I was born in Luton. My grandma, I think, was kind of a Cockney because she was born in Whitechapel, which means you need to be born in the sound of Bow Bell. But the thing is, Bow Bell isn't actually in Bow. Bow is next to Whitechapel, but Bow, I think, is Cheapside. But someone, I'm sure, will correct me on that one. And finally, Sly Guy Travel says, I did a video, maybe, what is Chatteris? About a song by Half Man, Half Biscuit called What is Chatteris? And he laughed, he said, I'm from Chatteris. Because I said, it's a massive disappointment. He agreed with me. Mate, nothing against Chatteris. I'm sure it was a great place. He grew up there. I'm sure it was a lovely place to grow up there. I just kind of expected a bit more. And he says to himself on the comment, he says, I'm not sure Half Man, Half Biscuit have actually been to Chatteris based on the song. So if you get a chance, listen to the song. I really like it. In the meantime, I'm now going to spend the next 20 seconds sticking my head to one side of the video. This time, I'm going to go. I've got to work it if I go right or left. I feel like a goalkeeper. I think that's there. So I think I've got to go that way. So I think I've got to go to my right. I'm going to go to my right. And you guys can ignore me and take care and take money. It's a bit weird, this. End screen should hopefully, if everything goes, it won't happen instantly, by the way, because I have to add it on a computer, so I'll have to do it in a minute. End screen should be appearing here now. Oh, and don't forget, I'm going to do the fuel cards video next. Guys, take care, take money.